Thank you, Adam, very much for this song and for the reminder. Following this timeless song, we are honored to welcome Hooman Khalili. Hooman was born in Iran. His remarkable contributions to the world of media and entertainment made him a respected figure in the community. His tireless advocacy for humanitarian causes, including the Iranian women and the women that fought bravely on October 7th, exemplifies the spirit of compassion and empathy. Thank you for being with us today.
Hey everyone. As you know, my name is Hooman. I'm the only artist in the world asked by the state of Israel to make murals supporting the Iranian women as they fight for their freedom. Thank you. Thank you, Karen, for inviting me, and Shawnee. It's a real honor to be here. When I put one of these murals up in Jerusalem or Tel Aviv or Haifa or Nazareth or Netanya, it sends a powerful message to the world. It shows that the Jews are standing with the freedom-fighting women of Iran. The Jewish people in Israel are standing with the people of Iran against the Islamic Republic. The Islamic Republic, the #1 sponsor of terrorism for the whole world. The government that single-handedly funds Hamas, Hezbollah, and ISIS. And the Houthis, thank you. I know many of you don't know me. I was born in Iran. I was born Muslim. My mom escaped Iran with one suitcase, $5,000, 3-year-old boy. That was me. That happened in 1978. We were illegal aliens when we came to America, and we were adopted by the Presbyterian Church, and at the age of 4, I became a Christian. My eyes were open to Jesus. And I'm supposed to be at church right now, but I'm here with you. To date, there are 9 murals in Israel. And every time I go to Israel, I get messages. I get phone calls from Persians and Arabs and Americans, and they usually have the same sentiment. What are you doing in Israel? Why are you there? Why are you with the Jewish people? You get the idea. Everything is negative. But as soon as one of those murals go up, the same people call me back, and this is what they say. I can't believe how beautiful that mural is. I can't believe the Jews are standing with the women of Iran. And then they process everything for 4 minutes. They ramble, and then the person says something along the lines of, why am I so angry? Why don't I like Israel? I'm so confused. And these people quickly realize that there are no murals, there are no large paintings supporting the Iranian women in Afghanistan or Iraq or Lebanon or Jordan or Saudi Arabia or Qatar. The conversation usually ends with me saying, remember, Israel is the only country in the Middle East standing with the freedom-fighting people of Iran against the Islamic regime. These murals actually fight anti-Semitism in a way that nothing else in the world seems to do. And I'm proud to say that as of 3 days ago, we have a mural in Berkeley. And in attendance is Adam Taub, and he's one of the reasons I got the mural, as well as Alana Perlman. Sophia, who you heard speak right now, she spoke at the unveiling of that mural as well. When you look at the relationship between Iran and Israel, at its heart, it's a biblical relationship. In 538 BC, when the Jews wanted to rebuild Solomon's temple, King Cyrus let them go, and King Cyrus paid for the temple to be rebuilt. The entire book of Esther, 480 BC, is set where? It's set in Iran. And Esther is buried in Iran. And so is the prophet Daniel. And in 2 AD, when Jesus was about 2 years old and God wanted to publicly crown Jesus King of Kings, who did he call? He called the Magi. And the Magi were all Persian. The whole relationship between the Persians and the Jews, at the center of it is at the Bible. And when these Persians heard the call, they answered the call. They said, "Lord, here I am, send me." With those murals and with this moment, I'm here to remind you and the world that the Persians have been the friends of the Jews for 3,000 years. And we've only been enemies for less than 50. That's it. So the powers that be, Satan, the devil, they know that if Iran becomes stable, that means the whole Middle East becomes stable. You see my commitment to Israel and the Jewish people. You see my calling. I am here now, but I don't know if that's enough. And on a side note, this isn't on my notes, but they did an unofficial survey of the Persians in Iran. The Persians in Iran, 95% of them stand with the state of Israel. And when they put a flag of Israel on the streets of Iran for people to walk on, the Persians all walk around it. They will not walk on the flag of Israel. One of the focuses of today is about women hostages in conjunction to International Women's Day. You know, I spoke at the United Nations in Geneva back in October of last year, and I was on stage with the families whose sons and daughters were held captive by Hamas. And I thought to myself, if my mom was held hostage by Hamas, what would I want to hear? I'd want to hear the speaker say that your mom will be rescued, and she will be saved, and she will be returned unharmed. This is desperately what I want to say to you. This is what I wanted to say to the Jewish families in Geneva and to the Persian families suffering in Iran. You know, there's a unique verse. It's in Ecclesiastes, and it's 11:5. It says, "Just as you do not know the way of the path of the wind or how the bones are formed in the womb of a pregnant woman, even so you do not know the activity of God who makes all things." The activity of God. God is active in this moment, and the proof is us here in this place. We have come from all around the Bay Area to testify, to believe, to trust, to pray that the good Lord is comforting those who have been kidnapped and those who are suffering. I've heard a few Christian pastors say that God never wastes your pain or suffering. He doesn't waste the pain of your families who are suffering. He ultimately uses it for good. There's a verse in Genesis chapter 50. It's about Joseph. And it says, Joseph, after being betrayed by his brothers, left for dead. When he finally confronts them again at Pharaoh's palace, he says, "As for you, you meant this for evil against me, but God meant it for good, in order to bring about the present outcome that many people would be kept alive. There is no doubt what has been done has been evil. But I know, I believe, I have to trust, and so do you, that God is somehow going to be using this for good. God did it for Joseph. God, I know somehow, some way, you are going to do it for everyone here in this place." So here's my prayer. To the Lord who comforts those in this room, in Israel and Iran, everywhere in the world who cannot sleep because of this incredible injustice, please give us all a sense of peace that transcends all understanding. All of my murals in Israel and in America have a phrase on them, in honor of the freedom-fighting people of Iran and Israel. On my murals it says, "It's time for the Esthers of the world to rise up." So God, bring them forth in this place. To the women here today, I am reminding you, it is time for the modern day Esthers of the world to rise up. Thank you so much.